trying to set up a special evening for their Versus platform involving Team Fnatic, a team that has in the past already been rather popular in various games like the 1.6 Heroes and New Earth, Quake, etc. Right now we're finally delving into the world of Dota 2. Now, for those people that don't know who I am, my name's Aspec, and I will be your commentator for the now. Now, this is all mixing gameplay. The 5 players of Fnatic will be in the versus lobbies throughout the evening, playing multiple games, like 3 games at once, and keep on rolling through. So if you want to join in, it's easy. Just go towards ESL.com, find the Versus page, sign up for it, and you can play with Team Fnatic and play on the server. But let's go into this first game, shall we, and see what we have on our hands. Production, if you would be so kind, I'll just put on my glasses and see what is going on. We got ourselves our first setup here. We got ourselves with the Radiant, with Ra, Luke, Asho, Edman, and I don't speak Chinese, and Dire with Baja, Mind Tricks, Anub, Ashi, and Mitch, who will be playing the 2 Fnatic players that will be playing on the Dire side. Now, we already have ourselves Baja, who is managing to put himself on the captain's position on the Dire. And ironically, we have seen ourselves with a couple of late carries being banned here. Anti-Mage being banned. We're seeing ourselves the Dragon Knight being banned. Of course, Omni Knight being banned. And that's kind of going against what we've recently been seeing in the actual an actual changeover in the metagame, where a lot of players, a lot of teams actually go and pick up very heavy-hitting early heroes that are very focused on initial pushing and getting those towers down as fast as possible and trying to finish the game in under 30 minutes, mainly because a lot of players do not want to get towards that late game. Now we got ourselves a, let's see, what do we have? We got ourselves a Tidehunter, we got ourselves a Windrunner, a Lich actually, and a Razor being picked up by the Dire. It's an interesting lineup, while Earthshaker, Shadow Shaman, Venomancer, and Prophet actually now on the Radiant. Now we have ourselves, of course, one hero which has been recently added, being banned, which is obviously sorry, I've been a little bit sick recently. And we have ourselves Omni Knight being banned as well, so we'll have to wait now before the countdown comes in. And Storm Spirit will be the last pick here for the Dire side, and Baja, and we'll be tricking out those heroes to the teams, and we'll see how this is going to turn out. Obviously, on the other hand, we have our co-commentators on the other side as well. So let's get into this game. We're going to start off right away, and we'll see who has what in this setup and who is going to go with. We have a Radiant with Ra, Luke, Ashel, Edelman, and Earthshaker, and they will be going out with Shadow Shaman, Nature's Prophet, Huskar, Venomancer, Huskar last pick there, and Earthshaker. So we will see. Let's see, Venomancer looking to see for some initial play. Actually, I don't see Shadow Shaman, no doubt, going for the support role, but I don't see any courier being bought here on the lower lane just yet. No, I don't see actually any couriers being bought on the Radiant side. Let's see what the Fnatic side has gone up to. Baja, Windrunner, classic hero, ready for for initial ganks. Mind Tricks will be coming out with a Tidehunter, classic melee support hero, of course, without a Ravage. Absolutely sensational damage we'll be able to pour out. And of course, and it was a Razor Lich coming out here with support, no doubt buying that courier, having only bought him the Iron Branches as well as healing items and a little bit of regen, so that's 400 regen right here, plus the Tangos, so that's going to help quite a little bit. And of course, Storm Spirit, who will most likely going to be playing, yeah, we're going playing mid. We saw Storm Spirit actually being played the other day as well in the defense with Fnatic versus, was it actually defense? No, it was not defense, my apologies. It was one of the Fnatic in one of the Team Dignitas games actually that we spotted early on. But I quickly need to see here, is the Lich gonna be trialing together with Razor and the Tidehunter? Yes, and has already blocked one of the creeps out, so we'll be seeing ourselves a nice little early block here already on towards the stage. Now we got ourselves a solo lane top with the Windrunner. We'll be able to just get out there. And the real question is, what is going to be the first ability that she's going to be able to be picking up here? Because that is so important to figure out to see what kind of to this area. So probably going to be seeing Baja picking up Windrun or Windwalk, actually, Windrun here, as he sees himself in the versus a tri lane here being set up. And he's going to have some serious issues versus Huskar. He needs to consistently play on the harass and make sure that Huskar cannot get his burning spear onto him, because that right there, yeah, that's a damage over time item right there, and that's going to make some serious damage in towards Baja, who's constantly going to be harassed here already by two of these harass. Oh, this is going to be a really bad already for Baja, who's in serious trouble. Wind walks out of there. Won't be hit by a lot of damage there, but has to tango himself out of there. And Noah is actually forced to pop off a salve right off the bat, and that is a lot of regen already gone straight away, and his farm is already being put on towards the back foot really early on. In the middle lane right now is Shadow Shaman. Going for himself this Ether Shock and the Shackles early on, and looking for a gank here on Tidehunter, who's managed to pick himself up as himself a haste. I think he got spotted early on as well. Let's see if that was actually the case or not. Yeah, I think can they see him? Yeah, I do think they have seen him early on. Yeah, they know he's there. They definitely know he is there, and that's going to be problematic. In the meantime, we have ourselves Windrunner, a bit of a pickle as well. Needs a Windrun out of there. Baja, can you get out of there? But a lot of harass still on towards his Huskar. He's forced to pop off himself. A single tango, and still get pushed back. But again, will we see this heavy pushing early on from these heroes on towards the tower? Because that is something like that we've already been seeing heavily recently in this metagame, with a lot of pushing on towards tower early on. And I don't see Storm Spirit actually getting his bottle just yet. Have they actually managed to place a rune though? Oh, possible gank coming here. Here comes Nature's Prophet on towards the Tidehunter. Nope, that's not going to be happening. And that lane will be pushed back slightly, and that's 3 in the middle. Nature's Prophet TPing back from the side lane. And the denying comes in. Tidehunter continuously getting the runes here, though. Getting himself 3 under control this time around. And let's see whether or not he's going to be able to use that to scout out quite nicely. He's already putting himself inside the jungle. The real question is right now, what are we going to be seeing early on? Can we look at the map, please, there, production? Let's see what's going on. As currently, what we have here is this area right here is really problematic. We have a single Windrunner up here. It's Baja, who is looking to be ganked up with. We have Earthshaker in the jungle. Let's go back into the game because Windrunner is in a bit of a pickle. He's going to go down. Huskar is going to pick that one up. And the first blood is a fact. 420 gold right in the pocket. Earthshaker setting up, knocking him down with a 2 range, the Venomancer with the damage over time, in addition with the Huskar damage over time, doing sensational damage and taking Windrunner down, and that's Baja out for the count. The first blood is a fact, and let's take a look at the top rune in the meantime. We have ourselves another rune. No, it's going to be a bottom rune pickup right here. It's going to be yet another haste. Now, looks like it's going to be a Storm Spirit who's finally managed to pick up himself a bottle. Let's take a look at the map nonetheless again. Let's see what we can see here. Now, he's got himself a single rune right here on towards the bottle, and he will be able to get himself a haste out of there and quickly go for a gank, potentially right on towards this little guy right here. Now, that's an Earthshaker who's standing tall, and he may be able to do it. But that's a real problem here for this for the Storm Spirit, because you've got so much speed going on here with that Storm Spirit. We'll be able to get so much movement going on, but he's still not level 6, and that's still a little ways away. In the meantime, Baja singling out here in the top lane, still a little bit frantic, trying to get his magic stick. And his magic wand, even, my apologies. Has the ability to buy it already, is not really set up for it just yet. Oh, and Storm Spirit in the meantime in a little bit of trouble and has to fall back. Finally managed to buy himself a pair of boots, and that will be coming in from the courier. Let's see how his harass will be going. Shadow Shaman, on the other hand, let's see, he's got himself a healing salve on the ground. And that's just sitting there. And that's actually a good position because he's on top of the stairs. And as you can see, right now he cannot see, the Storm Spirit cannot see that there is a healing salve right there. He was there for a second. He's picked it up nonetheless. So we'll be able to just to control the area right now as the Storm Spirit comes up on towards the lane. Bottom lane in the meantime. good control so far. This first rune is going to end off shortly. Lich is still not level 3. Of course, his role in this game will be nothing but support. And we may have ourselves a kill right here. And, whoa, that is going to be problematic because Nature's Prophet is going to come in and it's 1-2. The non-Fnatic team on the Dire side is definitely picking up the pace and getting more and more control. Now we have to take a look here and see what is going on and how this is going to change in the near future. Shadow Shaman having himself a bottle. He got himself Nature's Prophet with the boots and looking to get himself, well, he's got himself, oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Getting himself 2 more gauntlets, having a couple of iron branches. But we're looking at mid-game right now. We're 6 minutes in towards this game, and overall, I've only seen Huskar manage to get himself some late-game, some mid-game items, getting themselves power threads. Let's see what else is on towards getting a single Basilius, but nothing on the Dire side that is actually really all that interesting. On the setup, maybe a bottle from the Storm Spirit, but he's level 7. That's pretty much as expected. Huskar, in the meantime, has himself power threads and is looking to get himself in towards the late game. And really putting Windrunner on towards the back foot, who is soloing this top lane. Baja trying to pull this lane as much as she can. And she's doing quite a good job on that, even though there's Venomancer is already looking to pull it right on towards, back onto the lane. Nice counter pull, and this is just not going to happen. And Bajas is going to be thinking by himself, damn, that is just so annoying. Trying to pull this lane a little bit more. Is it going to be possible? Yes, it will, and that's going to be critical because he wants to hang around this tower right here for as long as possible. Trying to get as long as possible around that tower and hoping that she can pull the creeps right on towards the tower and get as much farm as possible because these 2 ranged heroes, this Venomancer and this Huskar, are just going to be so strong trying to take her down. And their only saving grace for her right now is, of course, that wind run, but I would not be surprised if in the mid-game she's going to try to get herself another evasion item.
Warriors of the wood.
Middle of the map right now, looking for a possible push right now. We're actually seeing Prophet getting himself a Treants, and we're seeing a possible push down towards the middle, even though Tidehunter in a bit of a pickle once again, looking to be ganked up, but Fisher coming out. This is going to happen. Wards come out, and this could be a tower down. The first tower opening down. Here comes Stormspirit looking to come in with the Ball Lightning, looking to get out of there. Can he get out of there? It doesn't look like it's going to be the case because the slow is coming in. Earthshaker with the Fisher. 1, 2, 3. Fisher. No, he's going to have to fall back because Power Shot comes in, and this could be a very dead Venomancer. Yes, it will, because there is just another level, another kill on towards Storm Spirit. Nicely done. Earthshaker, in the meantime, has himself a serious mana issue here. Has only 1 clarity on him and a single tango. And farm-wise is very far away from mana boots, and that's going to be a real issue. Storm Spirit falling back. We saw a potential push just now. But everybody's gone back to their lanes. We're not going to be chasing. We haven't seen much chasing from the Dire. I'm quickly going to roll up my sleeves because the studio is still quite cold. It was -20 last night, and the studio is quite cold during the day, so we have to put on the heating elements and all that. So we're trying to heat things up a little bit. But overall, I think it's going quite nicely. I think it's going quite nicely here with this first cast of the day. Still, though, right now the Dire is definitely pulling away here on towards the golden XP bar. Even though golden XP wise, let's see here, it's only 1,500 gold difference from the Radiant side. You're not going to be able to pull in any sort of direction. That is going to be really difficult to counter there. But still, it's still 1,500 gold difference, and that right there is pretty much a difference between a pair of power threads or maybe an urn or anything like that. So that is just very important in that early game because those items are going to give you so much stopping power. Especially if your enemy doesn't have any of those certain items, only is forced to use tier 1s, and that's just not going to be very useful. Windrunner in the meantime still, oh, that is a very nice snare there. Using the shackle just sublimely onto which Huskar, and he's going to have to fall back. Tidehunter comes in again, so that is a bit of a problem. Gets sprouted, gets out of there though, because that's going to be a very dead Tidehunter who's not going to be able to Ravage out of that. This is going to be Earthshaker dead as well because Razor is there. This is going to be a critical little team fight here for the Dire side, and they're going to be able to push this in their first tower in this game now. Taking 3 down. The entire top lane completely knocked off their socks except Venomancer, who's still roaming around somewhere. Let's see if we can find him. He's in the bottom lane. And right now we're looking at a potential push right here. But the problem for the Dire side is they don't really have any pushing heroes. You could consider Lich as a pushing hero because of because of Sacrifice, or Dark Ritual, as some people would like to call him. But it's just really difficult when you have somebody like Nature's Prophet against you who can just use those treants to push towers pretty much uncontested, as well as Shadow Shaman, who can just use those Serpent Hordes as well, just to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. And that is just so critical. Their setup is so much better right now in order to push those towers and potentially finishing the game before that 30-minute or even the 40-minute marker. And that's going to be critical because they just do not want that game to get into towards the late game with Storm Spirit and Razor, because they're going to be absolute beasts in that late game. What I'm seeing right now, though, is that nobody is really anti-warding anywhere. Both teams with wards here, very nice. Decent warding going on all over the place. 2 wards here as well. We're seeing a little bit of less warding going out now from the Dire side, whose wards are starting to run out. And that's going to be problematic later on, because do they have any wards right now? Earthshaker has wards, sure, but is that going to be a problem? There's a bit of a team fight in the middle going on here. Storm Spirit about to take down here onto wards. Oh, and he could be safe here. Are we going to see a Sprout coming out onto wards? Yes, we will. Nicely done. The Shadow Shaman did go down, but the Storm Spirit went down in the process. Serpent wards were out, and you know what? We may actually see another push coming out here, even though Tidehunter, are they going to chase after the Tidehunter? Is it going to be a good idea to chase? No, it's not going to be a good idea to chase. It's going to be a good idea to go back to your lane and start pushing, because that is going to be what's important right here, right now. Windrunner looking to get headdress, maybe looking... She was by herself in the lane for the longest time by herself. Trying to get a lot of farm, has mana boots. And continuously harassing here. Look, using that high ground very nicely. And this is where you would want to have your hero like a Pudge, where you could be able to just hook somebody. Even though Huskar looking to take down, Huskar is going down himself. That could see the ultimate from Nature's Prophet. This could be a problem for Storm Spirit, who's going to go away towards Earthshaker. This could be a very bad moment for Earthshaker, who goes down. And all of a sudden, we're seeing a very good lane here from the Dire side, who were behind 6-2 for a little while. Or 5-2 for a little while, but now the tides has been turned. And Baja will need to run out of there. But they're still looking to get Nature's Prophet out. And they will. In combination with that Shackle, and in combination with Electricity Vortex. And never underestimate Storm Spirit. He can get around the map fast, ridiculously fast with his ball lightning. Of course, it's not as ridiculously fast as, say, your teleportation from Nature's Prophet, but what are you going to do against it? There's not much you can do, really, at any point in time. Now, are they going to push for another tower? Because they need to. We've been playing the game for 14 minutes. We've only had 1 tower down so far on the Dire side. The Radiant has been trying to push very consistently so far, but they have not done anything with it in general, mainly because they're continuously getting pounded up their ass with these heroes. With Storm Spirit, with Windrunner, who is about to TP somewhere on towards that bottom lane and looking to get here on towards Shadow Shaman, who's just putting a chicken around here. Oh, that's bad. That is really bad, because Lich is dead. And a Shackle has come down towards Shadow Shaman. The wards are in the way. They won't be able to get close. And that could be Windrunner down, who gets sprouted. Go for the power shot. Power shot from Baja will not be enough. And that is going to be the end of that. But the Serpent wards in the meantime won't be able to do anything with that. Finally, we're seeing some anti-warding going on here. That is good. That is very, very good. Constantly with anti-warding here, the dire side is they have the gold advantage now. They're 7-12, and overall, that is actually looking good. For a while there, we're actually seeing this grab. For a little while, a 1,500 point advantage for the Radiant side. They managed to get that first blood with Huskar. That was so critical early on. It allowed him to get power threads, and a little bit of regen, a little bit of agility right there, and a little bit more damage potential. But now we're slowly but steadily seeing that going in towards the other direction as we're going quickly back into the game, because we're seeing ourselves this time going on towards Windrunner, who is in a real problem, who's going to go down. A little bit OP on that Sprout there, completely unnecessary. Nature's Prophet in the meantime will be going down from due to a Storm Spirit. Oh, this is not looking good for Venomancer in the meantime as well. Nope. It's going to get completely and utterly ganked by this hasted Storm Spirit, who's just going around checking the jungle. Is Mitch going to fire anybody here? No, he won't.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
But in the meantime, they're allowing the Radiant side just to push these towers, and that is just not going to go well at all. Shadow Shaman with Blink Dagger. Maybe. Interesting. Finally managed to get himself a Blink Dagger farmed up. Has himself boots as well. Has himself a Basilius. Has himself a bottle. A lot of regen here. And a magic wand as well. But not that many items in general. You'd think he would be playing support so far. Nature's Prophet in the meantime has power threads, has the urn, has the lookings of something interesting, but overall not really doing anything with it. Huskar in the meantime has himself an urn. They don't stack, do they? No, they won't. Yeah. Poison Nova from Venomancer. By the way, guys, that ability does not kill anybody. Oh, activity in the middle. We see a Sprout going on towards Sea of Ridden Runner, who's going to go for a gank. Baja down. So that is going to be a bit of an issue with the wards being popped out as well. Going to be a little bit of farm here for Shadow Shaman, who's just going around, kicking ass, taking names, and taking Windrunner down once again. And you need to make sure that Windrunner cannot get any farm whatsoever, because that would be a problem. And right now, we're actually seeing the Radiant coming back slowly but steadily. 10-14. What have we seen so far? Ra with that Blink Dagger. He's looking actually quite decent here. So far. Let's see here. Yeah, 99 for 9. Not bad. That's pretty decent farm right there. Overall, farm for Earthshaker, 5-1. Won't be able to do much there whatsoever. He's only level 6, so he's not going to be able to do much there at all. Some more activity going down here, but I do not see anything coming out of this in general. A lot of action going on. Shackle coming off on towards Venomancer. Venomancer could be coming out of there. He has got himself a TP. Is he going to be able to TP out? Are we going to see Shackle? Are we going to see Shackle? Oh, he will be able to TP out. Unlucky, the Shackle was on cooldown. And that would have pretty much enabled the Dire side to lock the Radiant side down, and they're going to be able to push this tower now for the first time in this game. A tower being shut down by the Dire side here. It's on the Radiant. Let's take a look at the map in the meantime, what's going on. As you can see here, in the meantime, we see ourselves a TP going on in the top because there's a potential push here on Huskar, and that right there is really important. In the meantime, though, the bottom lane could be in a bit of an issue as well because just pings going out. But they're not quite sure when there's going to be additional pushes going on. We see a single tower being destroyed here. The second tower is not down at all. And we're seeing the happenings of it could be a team fight. Let's go back into the game and see if this team fight is actually going to happen at all. There's a ward out here. So there's vision. The Dire have vision. Yes, they do have vision. They will be able to do some significant damage because they know what is up. They know that it's coming down. And they got vision everywhere. They have wards up, and like the moniker goes, if you wards win game, guys. Wards win games, and that is so crucial because now we could see ourselves. Here comes the ultimate from Lich. 1, 2, 3, nicely spread out here. Will we see the setup? Lich goes down. Not much of an issue because here comes the Ravage. Huskar in a bit of a pickle. He's going to go down. Here comes the Poison Nova. That's not going to take anybody down, but it's a lot of damage with a Sprout coming in on towards Razor himself, and this could be a big win here from the Radiant side. unless Mitch will pick it up. And it looks like he will. Mitch does go down, and the Luke will be taking down Mindtrix, and all of a sudden we have a complete annihilation on the Dire side. That team fight could have gone anywhere at any time. The control, the knowledge, the information was there on the Dire side. But for a second there, it was very, very difficult to see what would happen. The Ravage came in. The ultimate from Lich was absolutely was decent enough. Got 3 bounces off, but then they spread out and managed to get as much. And then the damage was pretty much mitigated. And that right there is so, so crucial if you want to win a decent game. And now Nature's Prophet is like, yo, what's going on? I'm just going to push this lane because that's how I roll. Because you know what? Koreans, they're like little bosses. Look at these guys. Look at these badasses. Yeah, we're just going to sit here. I'm just going to take down these melee creeps because that's how we roll. Prophet, he's got this covered. He's definitely got this covered. Got himself a Basilius. He's got himself some potential right there. Looking to get himself maybe some late game items. Something along those lines. But in the meantime, everybody's back on the field, and it's back towards the drawing board for the Dire because they had a potential there. We have a Tide Hunter who, as usual, is generally playing support. That is pretty much predictable. But overall, pretty decent play. My apologies. I quickly need to talk to one of the people from ESL because this is the Fnatic ESL evening. The versus setup. Of course, we have ourselves Mitch and Baja here playing in front of us as the Windrunner and the Storm Spirit, and they will be joined by several people who are looking to get this middle fight going on here. And Baja overall is not actually doing too bad. He got got significantly ganked several times on towards that top lane early on. 2-4, not looking all that good at all. Farm-wise, 19-5 could be decently enough. But Shadow Shaman here is, he gets a Hex off, and there comes, that's bad. Yeah, that's going to be very bad. And yeah, Sprout maybe a little bit of health going on, but I don't see this happening at all because the Shackles come in, and that's going to be a very dead Windrunner. Nicely done. And he managed to build himself a mechanism as well to get even more to keep more survivability as well for the rest of his team. And that right there is just one of those things you're wondering by yourself. Illusion. Is that really something you want to do as a Windrunner? Is that really going to give you give your team a lot more survivability? Aren't you not going to go for a little bit more damage? Because right now we have ourselves a Dire who's just pushing that middle tower, the second middle tower, and we have ourselves a potential for a team fight right here as Razor is getting knocked down. Oh, Earthshaker's ultimate, that's a bit of a failure there. He misses that one. My apologies, actually, Enchanted Tongue with him, and they're just going to have to watch this this tower getting ganked, and not even getting denial on that one. And they have spotted Storm Spirit here. Are they going to go for a gank? Who's got himself a Orchid already? Mitch with an Orchid. That is really fast play. Is he going to build his Lincoln Sphere right away? Is he going to do that? Is he going to go for a Lincoln? Or is he actually going for a Dagon? I doubt he will. Would be rather cheeky, to say the least. Not really useful to anybody but maybe Venomancer and Shadow Shaman. But suddenly he finds himself in a problem because he's going to get ganked and shackled with the Fisher coming out as well. And not being able to bolt lightning out of there. Constantly getting ganked. Very nicely done with that blink, and that's a perfect counter here versus him. Shadow Shaman with that blink dagger, constantly getting the Hex in, getting in time with that shackle as well, and absolutely devastating overall, managing to get in. And sadly enough, we're not seeing any metagame play so far from the pro scene. Obviously, it's not the full Fnatic lineup that we're seeing in front of us, but what can you do? This is, of course, a versus matchup, and in the meantime, we have ourselves yet another Hex. This Shadow Shaman is absolutely devastating, taking Razor down. How is Shadow Shaman doing in the grand scheme of things? 4-5 with 9 assists, 131 creep kills.
Top tower has fallen.
Definitely not bad at all. Item-wise, definitely not bad at all either. As we have armor being put up onto with Huskar, looking to get himself over club. In the meantime, the Dire side mechanisms I see Elfskin boots. Let's see. Interesting. Onto with Razor. Yeah, I'm looking for Yasha. What else do we see? Orchid, obviously. Mitch at level 16. He's constantly getting ganked, but he's level 13 heroes. And that is pretty much the best thing they can do right now. Constantly denying the ability of Mitch to get around, and he's got himself an invis. This could be a little problem because now he can be able to get Huskar down here, gets himself the playoff hit. He's managed to get the Orchid up as well, going for the orb light, for the ball lightning, and gets himself another gank out of that situation. Gets an invis off, and will he go for yet another one? Looking to get himself Earthshaker perhaps, because we got 3 on the bottom lane, looking to push in. But will they be able to see something? Does the Radiant side... Oh, look at that. That is very, very fast. Oh, he's... Tower getting damage on me here? I don't care. I'm just going to go in there and gank that Earthshaker like a bouse because I'm going to Orchid, baby. And I've got myself a bottle. And then I got health regen like crazy because Windrunner's here to get Mechanism on me. And now we're going to push this tower like absolute insanity. Venomancer's just sitting in the back and saying, you know what? You guys, you can have this tower. I don't denial. Oh, unlucky on that one. Trying to get the denial in. Managed to succeed, but is that going to be enough? Because now he's going to get Shackle Shock. Oh, and he's ganked by Mitch once again. Razor trying to get in. Storm Spirit will get him down. Mitch getting himself yet another kill. Windrunner in the meantime going for TP. Back on towards the fountain. Now we're seeing a lot of wards now being popped up right here now as well. Wards being placed. Because Prophet is just going around everywhere trying to get as much farm up as possible because he's got himself an ultimate orb and he's got himself a medallion of courage, and that is definitely going to help quite a lot. And the real question is, what are you going to be doing with an ultimate orb? Is he going to go for, I don't know, Vice or Lincoln maybe? Probably Vice would be good, especially if you can counter that that Shadow Shaman. That'd be absolutely good because he's pretty much the biggest... Oh, my apologies. I'm being an idiot. That Storm Spirit, because he's pretty much being the biggest issue on towards the dire side right now. Mitch absolutely devastating throughout this game and getting ahead into its game with level 17, absolutely ganking consistently. Sees himself a nice little rune there, an illusion rune, and we may actually see the first setup of what could be a Roshan at the 28-minute mark. And they know that that it's being picked up, and they know they're probably going to push for this tower with that illusion. 22 seconds, and yeah, they're looking for to get this tower. We're seeing a team. Are we going to see a team fight right here? It does look like it's going to be a game, but Huskar goes in for the jump. Are we going to see the Shackle? Yes, we will, because here comes Lich with his ult. Yes, we will. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, no bounce. Yeah, a little bit of a bounce. Ravage coming off. Earthshaker goes down. And then Mitch, in the meantime, is just saying, you know what? Nobody's coming out here alive. You come here, HS Prophet. And where are you? Where are you there, little Venomancer? I'm going to chase after you as well, because you're mine. Gets yet another kill, even though Windrunner picks him up. Baja and Mitch, absolutely astounding in combination with Lich, as well as a Tidehunter. This absolutely destroying every single opposition that comes in their way. Very nicely done. And now they're going to go back towards the top because there's a couple of creeps here. They're bouncing on towards your tower there. Mitch, you don't want to be doing that because that's going to be bad. The thing is, though, versus as a platform is pretty nice because you can just go in and get yourself some nice practice matches going on. If you're a team and you're from any place on the planet, you can just go in and say to yourself, you know what, guys, just going to sign ourselves up here, get in towards a team, and find ourselves an opponent that we know is good, that we know is going to be in the top tier, and actually get stat points for it as well. And knowing this is ESL, these stat points is probably going to be mattering in the future when tournaments are going to pop up at some point. Maybe IEM, who knows, or EPS or something along those lines. So big LAN tournaments that are going to be substantial within the confines of the esports scene. Because ESL is pretty damn big within Europe. Pretty much the biggest organization that hosts tournaments because In the meantime, Mitch is just like, yo, what's up? I'm just going to ball lightning around the map like insane. And you see this guy right here? You see this Venomancer? I'm just going to grab him. And I see that I have haste. And I'm just going to get all the farm on towards these wards because screw you, Shadow Shaman. And that's that farm grabbed. And he's on his way to get himself a Mithril Hammer and an Ogre Club. And that can only mean one thing. It's a BKB or Black King Bar. I don't like the... personally, I'm not a big fan of using the BKB short because it's rather unfriendly to people that just joined the community, especially in a beta game like this. It's rather annoying to go into a game and wondering by yourself, what is a BKB? Can somebody explain this to me? Because it's not really known. You have to be coming in from Dota, just from Defense of the Ancients to quite know what a BKB is. Now that's a problem. That's a real problem. So therefore, I prefer just to call it by its full name, like a Black King Bar, or a Monkey King Bar, something along those lines. Or Crystal Maid. I don't like the shorts like CM, that sort of thing. I'm not a big fan of that because it's really unproductive against people that just come in onto the stream and wondering about themselves, what on earth is going on here? Why do I not understand what these items are and what on earth these casters are talking about? In the meantime, though, looking at these laning situations right now and how the towers are looking, we're going to quick look at the map in the meantime, production. This tower is down here. The towers in the top are down as well. And we are currently looking at what could potentially be a team fight in the middle. However, this could be a Roshan right now. We have ourselves a invisible Tidehunter who can they've dusted. Oh, they've dusted. This is going to be a Tidehunter who's gonna jump in. And he's going to Ravage. Good Ravage right here if he wanted to. Huskar is going to jump out if he doesn't watch out. Mitch in the meantime says, you know, Earthshaker, you're mine. Huskar gets taken out by Razor with his lightning. And Ravage is still in the game. Mitch in the meantime sees himself Nature's Prophet. He's going to go down. Takes him down, Shackle on towards the tree, and gets an illusion off as well. Venomancer is going to go down, and yeah, this is not going to happen. This entire Radiant site gets absolutely destroyed, and they're going to be able to push this tower like mad. Even though, wait, no, there's no backdoor protection on the first tower. I'm being a little bit of an idiot there. But they're going to be able to push this tower like crazy, wait for the creeps, which they're going to have to probably help a little bit considering their tower is down, but they're not going to be able to force a little bit off more, so they won't be able to push a little bit more. So what are they going to have to do? They're probably going to have to TP back. Do they have any TPs though? No, they got a big King Bar. I see a TP on a Tidehunter. I see a TP on the Razor. Lich did go down in that team fight, did manage to put his ultimate off, did have Smoke of Deceit, and that was critical right there. They did found Huskar farming all by himself on towards a low tier creep spawn, neutral creep spawn, and did manage to count him out, but completely and utterly annihilating the entire Radiant side, and that right there, that is a substantial win. And in a normal game, if you would have your full lineup, if this was a full Fnatic lineup, they would have pushed hard. They would have pounced down towards that main door, knocked on towards the fountain, and says, yo, what's up? This is your tower? Not anymore. The ground's tower. I'm going to throw it to the ground. That's what they would do. And so far, so good. We are 34 minutes into this game. It's 21-35, and so far, so good. Mitch, together with Baja, are absolutely dominating in this game. We got ourselves a 4-staff on towards Windrunner. That evasion item is here, and that's such a critical item on towards that Windrunner. You're able to get out of there in any situation. Do they know that Shadow Shaman is here? I think they do, because they have managed to just ping it. Let's take a look, shall we? Oh, yeah, they do know. Oh, hello there. What's going on? Doesn't matter for your wards, because you're just going to get splashed. And now the Lich is going to say, yo, what's up? Even though that's...
Don't kill the messenger.
Oh, wow. He just got 4-staff on towards the platform. Nicely done there by Windrunner, and all of a sudden we're seeing ourselves... oh, that was a great use of that 4-staff right there by Windrunner, getting the... getting Tidehunter out of there. And they're going to be able to push this tower as well, because Mitch is going to come in. Huskar, in the meantime, is going to go down. Black King Bar goes off. Is he going to be able to take Huskar down? Yes, he will. Does go down towards Razor in the meantime. But what a play in the meantime by Windrunner. And all of a sudden, the...
Radiant's top
And all of a sudden, the entire Radiant side is down once again. They're going to be able to push this tower, not for a little while, because the creeps are not pushed up just yet. So the tower protection will come in. And
Middle tower is under attack.
are they actually going to keep on destroying it? They're not. They're just going to go for the creeps. And there we go. The backdoor protection is up. It's time to push in because Baja has popped his ultimate. He's got his 4-staff off, and he's going to be able to ring for his. Yeah, here we go. GG's being called here by the Dire side. Huskar and Earthshaker are disconnecting both from the game. Windrunner has disconnected from the game. Do you actually see GG? Yeah, GG being called. And that right there is going to be the end of that. And 22-40. Again, the usage of 4-staff right there from Windrunner was absolutely astounding. Untoward side onto was stuck between the wards. He is doing very, very well. He will get himself hood in a minute. But in all honesty, it doesn't matter. Good game is being called. And that right there is going to be the end of that. We're going to go for a quick break here on towards Kaos TV with Mitch and Baja picking up their first game here on towards this ESL versus Fnatic evening for Dota 2. If you just tuned in, my name is Ace here on Kaos TV. You've just missed game number 1. We're going to go for a quick break and gear up for game number 2. We'll be right back.